Hi friends, welcome back to Food Prep Guide. Today we are talking canning rings. They add up so fast. What do we do with them? How can we store them? What are some creative ways to get them out of the way? Let's talk about it.
By the way, if you would like help building your food storage, scroll down to the description box of this video and click this link for our free 1-year food storage plan. We calculated a year's supply of food for one person, then broke that data down into a week-by-week list of items to build your pantry on a budget. We'll send it straight to your inbox. If you're new here, we invite you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss all of our upcoming food preservation, pantry storage, and gardening tutorials. Now back to the kitchen.
I want to cover 4 ways to store your canning rings to where they are out of the way and not taking over your home. I want to address the first and kind of elephant in the room, and that is keeping the rings on your jars. And I want to address why that's not recommended, and it's because it's hard to tell whether or not your seal has come unsealed. And storing the ring still on your jar can lead to a false seal. So that lid can unseal but still be kept tightly down onto your jar by the ring. And so that's why it's not recommended to store the rings on, but it's not a make it or break it thing. As long as you are closely inspecting your jars and you're paying careful attention when you open that lid to how the lid opens. Does it just fall off? Does it just pop off super easy, or do you really have to get in there with a spoon or a butter knife or a church key tool and really get that open? And does it make that psht, sound when you open it? So do your research and do what's comfortable for you. If you do choose to store with your rings on, I do recommend just barely setting them on like that, not screwing them down. That way, if the lid does come unsealed, it's pretty easy to tell. For me personally, I don't store them on, and that's just because it makes my inventory checks. When I'm checking inventory, I also want to check seals. And with the rings on, it makes it hard to check my seals. And I want to get in there, get out, get it done, and do it quickly. And I'm able to just quickly test seals as long as the rings are on them. I can just go through each one and make it quick and easy. So that's why I don't store with the rings on. So that's number 1. Number 2 is just in a Tupperware box like this. You can have one for regular mouth and one for wide mouth and stack them on top of each other to use some vertical space and store them that way. They're protected by moisture. Canning rings are certainly prone to rust. If you have been canning for a while, you know that they can really get rusty pretty quickly. And so storing them in a Tupperware like that with the lid is a good way to keep them protected, and having a lid on it makes it stackable so you can store more in less space that way. Number 3 is the way that I store my canning rings, and I'll store them on bungee cords. So let me show you here. Here's one of my rings, and this is just your regular old bungee cord. And in my laundry room, I have a rack that you can store, clothes hangers and stuff on. And so these just kind of hang on that little storage rack. And when I'm ready to get one or put one on, I can just unhook it, slide it off, hook it back on, and I'm good to go. I have 2 for regular mouth and 2 for wide mouth, and I find that's all I need to keep me in a good stash of lids. So simple, cheap bungee cord. So the next trick is a coat hanger. And this is something where that you can store them in your closet, out of sight, out of mind. And what you do is you can just clip right there at the top of the hanger so you can get a good opening. And you can just start sliding your rings onto the hangers, just like that. You can have one for regular, one for wide. They're not so heavy that it's going to cause this thing to fall. Just when you just want to do from edge to edge, you don't want to go up here because then it would start getting heavy and would cause this to fall. But if you wanted to, for extra measure, you can take this clipped part, get you a pair of wire snips, and or even like a pair of just pliers, and you can wrap this wire around here to kind of reseal it, and then you can hang this in your closet. So that is tip number 4. Nice and easy, cheap as well. And that's it, y'all. I hope that was helpful to y'all. 4 creative ways to get those lids out of your way and in proper storage for use next time. Hope that helps. See y'all next time. Bye.